Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. I wanted to start today's video off, guys, by addressing, the Ledger Nano topic again. I did a full video on it yesterday, which I will link up here in the top right-hand corner, and I still stand by, I don't know, 75, 80%, 85% of what I said yesterday. I'm kind of on the fence now, to be honest. I've been getting more information about, the Ledger and, people's opinions on this. Of course, Ledger is going to come out and they're going to put their best foot forward. So, I mean, at the end of the day, is this a major security breach? I just kind of wanted to touch on this a little bit today. Real XRP Boy brought this up. I don't know how many of you guys remember Galgatron, but back in February of 2020, he posted this: "I don't trust hardware wallets at all." So he's saying hardware wallets are just as bad as exchanges, essentially. There have been demonstrated hardware hacks to reveal keys, and I personally had major problems with Ledger wallet software, yet was censored by the moderators on their forum at the time. So even back as far as February 2020, this is what Galgatron was saying. Now, this is coming as Ledger was kind of in damage control mode yesterday. Technically speaking, it is always and has been possible to write firmware that facilitates key extraction. So, I mean, it's just not a good look. Whether they're going to do it or not is a whole other story, and that's why I still remain somewhat confident. Not 100% confident, so let me put that out there. And I mean, none of us knew about this. I've been using Ledger since 2017, and I've never had a problem. They go on by saying, "You've always trusted Ledger to deploy such firmware, whether you knew it or not." So, I mean, that's kind of where I sit, right? I've trusted this company. I've trusted them enough to have an affiliate link in the description of my video and let you guys know you can use it. But, I've always said it's your choice. Use it if you want. Don't use it if you don't want to. I've also said, you can use a Ledger or something similar. They posted this at 1:49 p.m. Yesterday. Then about an hour later, they posted this: "We understand that many of you have questions about whether Ledger has access to users' secret recovery phrases regardless of being subscribed to the Ledger Recover." So in yesterday's video, I was talking about Ledger Recover and how it's an opt-in service. The OS firmware update runs on the secure element. Downloading the latest OS update for your Ledger Nano X does not mean that your secret recovery phrase can be extracted. So they wanted to specify that your security is paramount to Ledger, and that will not change. This article explains more. And so, in terms of Ledger's security policy, they've always come out, they've always said, your security is paramount, and I've never had a problem with them. So, I mean, I'm still fairly confident that they're going to do the right thing down the road. Ari Paul here also bringing this up. The kerfuffle around Ledger has been interesting. My biggest learning is how many misconceptions are around hardware wallets and how it's impossible to be simultaneously concise and fully accurate when discussing security and trust assumptions. Some people feel misled that Ledger claimed firmware updates couldn't produce key extraction in the past. I think that was an innocent miscommunication. That's half right and half wrong. So, even, there are people in the space that are saying, it's kind of a gray zone. It really is a gray zone. The fully accurate statement is a firmware update can't extract your keys by itself. But if you choose to enable the update to actively entering your PIN and installing it, then it can. I'd call that version fully accurate, but even there, it's an oversimplification for Ledger and other hardware wallets. So this is not just, and this is where I get a little confused, because this is not just a feature of Ledger. I'm sure it's a feature of other hardware wallets as well, which brings us back to that, I was going to say Galgatron statement here, that he doesn't trust hardware wallets at all. We can imagine a million ways that could be falsified new data, exfiltrating techniques, MITM attacks, compromised hardware components in supply chain, etc., i.e. nothing is secure, nothing is decentralized, nothing is trustless. There are known security vulnerabilities, known trust assumptions, and known points of major centralization for everything, including all hardware wallets and Bitcoin itself. Brevity versus accuracy. So, I mean, guys, if you have another option, if you have another solution that you know of 100% is hack-free, is completely secure, and I mean, if you're going to go in the comment section and tell me the Trezor wallet, well, we don't know that. We don't know that they're not doing the same thing that Ledger's doing. So, I mean, if this is a problem with hardware wallets in general, well, that's a different story. So I wanted to thank Real XRP Boy just for bringing up this Galgatron tweet from 3 years ago, because I do think, this is an important story. We do want to keep our cryptocurrency safe. I don't want to mislead you guys and say, oh yeah, this is completely safe if it's not. So just wanted to clear that up, guys. Taking a look at the market today, well, this is putting me in a good mood. XRP on the hourly reaching 47 cents, going up after this initial pump that we got from the Hindman news. We did see that retracement over yesterday, but now as of today, we're seeing XRP pump even higher. So guys, this is positive news in the grand scheme of things. Let me throw this on the daily chart just to show you guys kind of where we're at for the day now. It doesn't look as remarkable on the daily chart. We have seen highs recently or relatively recently as of the end of March, 58.5 cents. So we're at 47.2 right now, but this is really good news, guys. Taking a look at Bitcoin right now, we're seeing that Bitcoin is not moving in the same direction. So XRP clearly moving by itself, clearly at this point in time, pumping on its own merits, not with the entire market. And guys, I don't know how long you've been following the channel. At the beginning when I first started, I was really interested in XRP and still am, obviously, wanted to follow that journey. It is my largest position of cryptocurrency, but I had a vision when I first started this channel, and I think I'm going to be moving in this direction on my Patreon. So the YouTube channel is going to stay the same, but for you guys who want to follow my trades, okay, so as you guys know, we are at the bottom of the bear market, or, slowly creeping up towards a bullish trend. So let me put the total market cap here on the daily, just to show you guys that, I've been accumulating cryptocurrencies in and around here. And, there's still some good opportunities to accumulate cryptocurrencies. Well, what I wanted to tell you guys about is my Patreon site for only $5 a month. And again, no stress, no pressure. I'm not trying to shill, as they say, this type of thing, but I thought I would start posting my trades on here, and I'm going to give you guys just a little sneak peek of, some of the trades that I've made already. These were some trades from yesterday, so I got into a Gala position, CTSI position, also AXS, and so, there are different reasons why I picked these particular cryptocurrencies. Also on my Patreon, I do post my everyday videos as well. So if you guys, want to support the channel, looking for something a little different, it's $5 a month, which I think is pretty good value. You got access to me, and I will be documenting my trades and giving you guys market updates along the way. So I just thought I'd bring that up. Free American Spirit bringing this up, though. So guess what coin the SEC is now after? Yeah, Filecoin is the latest. And the price of Filecoin has dropped after the SEC asks Grayscale to withdraw applications to make trust reporting. So Filecoin is now in the SEC's crosshairs, guys. They asked Grayscale to withdraw its file application to make its Filecoin Trust product more like a public company. The asset manager revealed on Wednesday Grayscale had voluntarily filed a Form 10 to make its Filecoin Trust product a reporting company under which it would have been required to file quarterly and annual reports. The SEC has now asked Grayscale to withdraw that application altogether, because they're saying Filecoin meets the definition of a security. And Eleanor Turret has been commenting on this too on Twitter. The SEC wants them to withdraw the trust product on the grounds that it might meet the definition of a security. Interesting, though, that the SEC investigated Filecoin 5 years ago and did not say anything about the product potentially being an unregistered security. The plot thickens here with Mr. Hubert, one of the Twitter sleuths, finding something else out. December 24th, 2020, meet the Filecoin Foundation. Does that guy look familiar to you? Things that make you go, I wonder if he's still on the foundation. Sir Chili Bean also posting this. I seem to remember members of Congress saying Filecoin is not a security, guys. This was posted on April the 27th. Listen to this.
As we've talked about many times in this hearing, there are lots of digital assets that have functional uses. So in order to use Filecoin, for example, I don't believe Filecoin is a security, but if somebody did, if Congress was to say, or the SEC was to say Filecoin is a security, then everybody that touches Filecoin would need to be a regulated intermediary.
Hey, real quick, let me just say, as a member of Congress, Filecoin is not a security. But continue, go ahead.
Boom goes the dynamite. I don't even know how the SEC thinks they're going to prove any of this in court. I feel like they're not even trying anymore. I mean, where's the evidence to support any of this? I feel like they're just kind of flinging, what's that term? Throwing darts at a dartboard maybe, or flinging crap at a wall and seeing what sticks. That seems like what their approach has been, at least as of late, since the XRP lawsuit. I think they are very anxious to nail one of these bigger coins against the wall. So Free American Spirit wanted to thank him and Eleanor Turret too, just for letting us know about that. Now, Michael Branch here bringing this to our attention. A BlackRock fund wallet address withdrew a total of 1.27 trillion Pepe coin worth approximately $1.98 million from Binance. Something else that makes me go, why is BlackRock dabbling in Pepe? Which, kind of leads us to this theory that maybe The government did set up Pepe Coin to lure us plebes in so that they could dump on us and give the world another reason why they need to protect retail investors and regulate the hell out of this industry. So we got Pepe here staying fairly stagnant, not pumping anymore, while BlackRock apparently withdrew 1.27 trillion Pepe coin worth $1.98 million from Binance to 4 addresses 2 hours ago, and BlackRock fund made about 2.39 million, 10x on Pepe before. So was it a orchestrated pump and dump? Well, you know, when BlackRock is connected to this, it just does not look good. The insight into the wallet's activities has pushed the community to wonder whether or not the addresses are connected to the American investment management company BlackRock. While some community members argue that there may be a connection, a good number of others believe that the wallet tag bearing BlackRock's name does not imply any connection to the company known as the largest asset manager with over $10 trillion in assets. So this is still speculation. However, it is something that, you know, we've already been talking about, you know, this idea that is government connected to this? It all just, the optics, you know, all just does not look good at all. So I wanted to thank Michael just for bringing that up. So we got the big Hindman news yesterday, guys, but there were some in the XRP community that had some quote unquote dumb questions. I don't think any question's dumb. And so Cortene here posting this, I assume Judge Torres has already read through all the Hindman emails. So she and Ripple's legal counsel already know what's in those emails. When will the Hindman emails be released to the public? So James K. Filan also came out yesterday and did respond to this update on the timing regarding when we should see the documents ordered unsealed. According to the court's September 12, 2022 order, the parties have 21 days to file public redacted versions of summary judgment documents consistent with the sealing ruling. So June the 6th, guys, is 21 days from yesterday's ruling. Fred Rispoli down here saying, you know, nice catch. We were all wondering why Judge Torres forgot to put a date on her order from yesterday, but not Jimmy. Man, September seems like it was months ago. So July then, says XRP Productions. Yeah, it feels like we've been waiting forever. You're the man, says Stephanie Starr. King Valak saying, so then June, everything will get released at the same time the Treasury is supposed to default. If you guys remember, Janet Yellen was saying, you know, if we don't raise the debt ceiling, that's it. We run out of money. And so it seems as though this is being coordinated, but maybe that is just an honest coincidence. I don't know. So guys, we're finally going to get the Hindman documents on June the 6th. Yassine Mubarak bringing this up. Does that mean a summary judgment ruling can't come out before June the 6th? So we'd still have to be waiting, what, another 2-3 weeks or so? It can come out anytime, says Ripple Van Winkle. Jason Trading saying, sounds like the SEC has 3 weeks to sign a settlement. Cookie Swirl C down here saying, per Sherry Empress, the answer is no. It can still come out anytime. Judges just lighting a match under the SEC's butt in case they want to consider settlement. So is that what is going on here? With regards to Sherry Empress's comments, okay, time to cover the worst case scenario in regards to the unsealing order of the Hindman documents posted yesterday. So there is a negative, well, I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at it, but there is a, you know, a possible outcome that maybe some people won't like. There are 3 types of objections: motion of reconsider, interlocutory appeal, and the writ of mandamus. I will admit to not fully knowing if the first 2 objections qualify for the 10 or 14-day period, since the law can be tricky in different circumstances and in how it applies in different circuits. As for the writ of mandamus, there is no specific number of days listed. Now, before anyone gets mad, Filan did bring to everyone's attention of the 21-day reveal order from September of 2022. This is significant that if the SEC decides to file the writ of mandamus, it would happen in less than 3 weeks. Naturally, it would be a wonderful turn of events if the SEC doesn't fight the inevitable. In regards to any redactions to be expected, the judge ordered that personal identifying info remains private, i.e. direct email addresses, etc. Lastly, don't ask me if this increases the chances of a settlement. I don't speculate. However, there are some people in the XRP community that will give us an answer on settlement, which I will get to, guys, in a second. Julian Williams here saying, does the judge ruling have to wait until after the period of appeal against unsealing the Hindman emails is completed, or can she just continue with her work and issue her summary judgment? I think I heard the objections are irrelevant and independent of the work of issuing a summary judgment, and Sherry responds down here saying she can rule on summary judgment at any time. All right, so still a few things to consider, guys, with regards to this. Jeremy Hogan responding to the blockchain backer. Blockchain backer also had a question. He wrote, hey, Jeremy, I've noticed most online coverage is focusing on Hindman emails and glossing over the rulings against Ripple. So to the negative, based on my conversations, Judge Netburn's rulings is net negative for Ripple. Some believe it reduces Ripple's chances of an outright win. Thoughts on this? And so he's just highlighting some of this. Denied as to references linking Ripple's revenues with XRP sales. So motions denied. This was, again, from the document from yesterday, completion that Ripple offered of trading platforms to list XRP and the amount of Ripple's XRP sales targeted at investors through programmatic sales and institutional sales. So all that was denied. And Jeremy Hogan did respond to this, though. I don't take anything from the order as to how the judge will rule. But he does say there is one caveat. The order was only about what we were allowed to see. All of the evidence was already determined relevant, so you can't really read anything into the fact she says is relevant here. The one caveat from her discussion of the Hindman emails, it seems to me that the judge has not ruled on the fair notice defense issue. That could be because she hasn't gotten there yet. That's normally done last, but it could also mean that she is not granting the SEC's motion. So he's highlighting this, whether the court relies on the documents in ruling on the summary judgment motions. So maybe she just hasn't gotten there yet, which also could mean the judge could be moving the fair notice defense issue to trial. So that's also a possibility, which would bode bad for Ripple, because the only reason you'd be having a trial on fair notice defense is if Ripple lost in the Section 5 violation. Sorry to start a new thread. I had too many words to say. Blue check time. Maybe it is, Jeremy. Maybe it is. And Bill Morgan here also giving his 2 cents. The decision yesterday shows Judge Torres has informed herself considerably about Ripple's past and current business. She seems well aware that Ripple's business in the past involved institutional and programmatic sales of XRP, but now is based on sales to ODL customers. The materials relating to Ripple's ODL she found should be redacted. Interesting that she calls it a product. Sales of XRP to ODL customers are part of product, not a common enterprise, perhaps, not to mention Howie. Even the SEC is not interested in opposing sealing of 2020 and later financial statements. Is this because by then Ripple has ceased the institutional and programmatic sales of XRP when it came to the past institutional and programmatic sales of XRP, about which Ripple could not show that public access would not have a detrimental impact on its current and future business? Judge Torres had different views and did not allow redactions. Not reading too much into this, but not getting a strong feeling that sales of XRP to ODL customers are troubling the judge or the SEC, so Bill's taking a bit of a more positive approach here. After all, given the nature of the use of XRP and ODL, it really doesn't seem to satisfy any part of the Howie test. And if sales of XRP for use in Ripple's ODL product are not investment contracts, then XRP itself cannot be a security. So past programmatic and institutional sales of XRP may be a different issue altogether. So another point of view here from Bill Morgan. So 21 days, guys, that brings us to June the 6th. Jeremy Hogan just reiterating this in this new tweet thread, which again, guys, I am going to post everything in the description of the video for you. A lot to digest here, not all of it is positive, as, Blockchain Backer was saying, people glossing over rulings against Ripple. And as per Jeremy Hogan down here, if the fair notice defense does move to trial, that would not bode well for Ripple. So where do we stand, guys? What does this mean? I mean, the SEC certainly has a target on its back as well. Let's not forget that. So is settlement now more likely than ever? And is it even possible? Well, down here, King Hodl XRP says, does this also mean a settlement is possible between now and then? And Jeremy Hogan writes, it is. SEC is too big headed to settle. It won't happen, says Crypto Fan. Mark Kirika down here. So if settlement occurs before then, could that mean the emails never see the day of light as part of the settlement agreement? I certainly think that could be the case. However, this gives both parties more impetus to settle. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.